Alright folks, thought I'd give an updated view of the toy room as it has changed a fair amount. Let's start here. Start with this X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom shelf. It's mostly Jada Street Fighter mixed with Marvel Legends and Gamerverse. Kind of a cool shelf. Start up here with Masters of the Universe Origins. Got the bad guys over here, Snake Mountain, Castle Grayskull, the good guys over here. I'm gonna jump into Transformers, just kind of keep things kind of in order. So we've got modern Titan Transformers up there with the Matrix of Leadership. Sorry, I don't have it on right now. Let's jump down here. This is going to be G1, a mix of re-release and vintage, and then more G1. Similar mix of vintage and re-release, although it's mostly vintage. More G1. And then let's go back over this way. We got more modern Transformers here. All right, down. Let's go to Mask. So we got Boulder Hill, all the kind of the main Mask vehicles you probably remember. All right. Jump into Vintage Joe. Kind of a cool Sergeant Slaughter signature back there. We got the headquarters, kind of the early Joe stuff here. Kind of a Tiger Force setup here. Custom Tiger Force Sky Striker that I had made. Looks amazing. It's based on the HasLab Sky Striker. Tried to do kind of the G.I. Joe the movie setup with the beachhead and then your recruits. Alright. Ghostbusters O-rings back there. Didn't have anywhere else to put them. Got kind of the Snow Joes here hanging out. A little bit later, figures like 89, 90. Operation Recall guys here, which are super cool. Fridge. Alright, let's jump up to Cobra Vintage. Here's a custom Once a Man Cobra Commander, pretty cool, and then Super 7. A couple more of the Operation Recall figures. Grenadiers, Iron Grenadiers. Viper shelf in the back. Most of the Vipers are back there. Terradrome. Oh yeah, Fatal Fluffies. Pretty cool Terradrome setup. Serpentor, Mindbender, and some bats. This is kind of one of my favorite little spots. Cobra Commander, Destro, Baroness, Rattler, Dreadnoks, kind of a cool area with the Thunder Machine, all the Dreadnought figures, Hydrofoil in the back there, Cobra Commander. Crimson Twins, but suited up. extensive enterprise getup. All right, let's jump down to classified. So we get classified, starting with HasLab, Rattler. This is actually RoboSkull Mark II, so not classified, but classified scale, and a couple figures from there as well. Those guys back there. So HasLab Hiss with the gunnery crew there. Kind of a Cobra Law setup here, kind of neat with once a man Cobra Commander. Dreadnoks. A lot of Vipers in the back here. Serpentor. Cobra Commander. Baroness. Storm Shadow. Let me get over to the Joes. A lot of your main guys: Beachhead, Roadblock, Snake Eyes, Scarlet Duke, Slaughter, Hawk, Flint, Lady J, Junkyard Mutt, Shipwreck. It's so hard to kind of figure out what order to put these guys in. HasLab Dragonfly. Some of the OG kind of green shirts here. All right, let's move on. Defiant. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's super cool in person. I tried to do kind of a snow scene. We got some boxes up here, some Super 7 reaction figures just for kind of for background, kind of cool back there. I'm gonna jump over, let's do the flag. So the flag, pretty much complete. The only thing is this fan deck rail is a repro. Everything else it's all there otherwise. So we got a mix. Most of this is all vintage stuff on here, vintage figures, vintage vehicles, but there are a couple HasLab strikers. Here's one here. So vintage Tomahawk, vintage Conquest. Here's a vintage striker that I restored. Super cool, like very, very clean. Both parachutes are in there. This is a HasLab striker. You got kind of the water dudes over here, dial tone coming up the stairs. And we got the decks. So guys just hanging out, having conversations, telling stories. Snake Eyes saying goodbye to Scarlet. Tomahawk's taking off. Kind of cool scenes inside. Shipwreck at the wheel. Quick Kick playing some Miss Pac-Man. All right, got the turtle blimp flying up here. Oh, one more thing on the sky or on the flag. We got the X-19 flying overhead, doing a flyby. All right, turtle blimp. Turtle blimp's up here. This is the reissue that recently came out. Got some reissue turtles on there. speaking of turtles, we didn't do turtles yet. Let's go back and do turtles. So we've got the Mondo vinyls, which I highly recommend. See Slash back there, Mondo Gecko, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Super Shredder, Baxter Stockman, Ray Flay. One of the coolest Ray Flay figures ever. Alright, then we have Super 7 in the vintage inspired Super 7. And then more Super 7 up way up top. Okay, let's get into vintage turtles. Everything on this shelf is vintage, original. So we got the bad guy shelf. Special thanks to my buddy Ruben. Most of these are his from either childhood or he collected. And then we've got kind of a sewer layer scene up top. Pretty cool. It's basically two sewer layers. The one on the left is the re-release. The one on the right is the vintage one. And then I've got a re-release Technodrome in the back. But here is the original Technodrome. Turtlecopter up there. Alright, here's the good guys shelf for vintage, and all of this is vintage. No re-release here, besides the boxes in the back, just for background. So, yeah, let's zoom in here of this shelf here too. Okay. Unicron movie, Transformers, modern stuff, but the Unicron, of course, is many people's favorite, HasLab. We've got MDLX Transformers, and these are very cool. Alright, MDLX movie Transformers, also very cool, big, have some cool light up features. So pretty cool there. A little bit of an Optimus Prime, kind of random shelf there. Again, kind of a random shelf with some of the newer guys. Dinobots, Combiners, Minibots. Alright, here's my NES setup. So, some stuff from when I was a kid, like in my room, so like starting lineups, and this is my old TV, old tube TV, which works great. NES games, Huddles. People remember Huddles, photos of some friends. Some baseball cards, Trapper Keeper. Old model kit I built probably when I was 13. Alright, let's do Star Wars. We have Lego Star Wars. These are my kits from, I think it was 99 that these came out. You can see the Walmart stickers on them. Still have them. Hot Toys. Sorry, the lights are a little bit funky in here with the shelves. More Hot Toys. Old record, Empire Strikes Back record. There's some other kind of random stuff. Alright, I think that pretty much covers it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.